Today we're going to show you how to do caliper measurements through your Mindray workstation. Just at a quick glance, if you're working in the ICU setting, you're going to see your SpO2 and your vital signs on the screen. If you're working on Med-Surg Tele, you will not see SpO2 unless you do have it hooked up to your Tele box. You will not see your vital signs or respiratory alarm if you're on Tele Med-Surg as well. Just a little bit about this screen. You're going to see your battery life right here, patient's name, room number. All of your patients should be defaulted to lead 2. Your lead is right here, and then you have your rhythm example here as well. Right here in the middle, you'll see a little heart symbol with an X through it. If your heart symbol is red, that means they have a pacemaker. Sometimes that will be flashing. That means that we'll need to turn that pacemaker feature on, and we can do that as well on this screen. First, let's go ahead and go into one of the rhythms here. We'll just click on this one. When you click on the rhythm, it will default to the View Bed tab. This gives you some information here about the patient's rhythm, vital signs here on the right. If you want to see multiple leads on this screen, you can click on the ECG full screen at the bottom. This will give you all 5 leads that the patient's currently being monitored in, if you want to see a little bit more detail. Summary tab gives you some summary, different tabular trends and vital sign summaries that you can review if you're in the ICU setting. If you're in Med-Surg Tele, you're just going to see heart rate and respiratory averages. You can go to ECG summary here, and you'll see different averages of your heart rate, any ventricular arrhythmias that you want to review. Go to the Review tab. You'll see multiple events here that's defaulted here at the top. Go to Events, click on Full Disclosure. This is a list of all of the patient's rhythms from the beginning of when they were hooked up to telemetry. So if you wanted to scroll back, you can by using your scroll bar on your little mouse, or you can go down here to this toolbar and pull this over if you have a particular time that you want to measure. So we're just going to double click anywhere in here. It's going to pull up this bottom rhythm. If you want to make it a little bit bigger, you can click on the gain. You can make it a ×2 or ×4 if you just want that to be enlarged. If you're ready to do caliper measurements next, you'll hit caliper. Click and hold your mouse. It's going to make this double arrow. You can pull this over. If you pull it over too far, you can pull it back with your mouse, and then you can just drop it. You can use then the top arrows or the bottom arrows to move this over if you feel like it's just not lined up correctly. Let's move this over a little bit more, about right there. Then click PR. Then we'll click this little X right here, get rid of that. We're going to pick a different complex next to do the QRS. Measure that. Click QRS, R to R measurement. To save it, it's going to save just to this Mindray workstation. So you're going to click Save, and it's good practice to name it so that way you can identify it in just a second whenever we upload it. So I'm just going to put JL 8 o'clock for purposes of the time, normal sinus rhythm. Hit enter and then hit OK. So this is saving the event to the workstation. Now we're going to go back up here to events, and it will have all of the events that's happened for this patient recently, but we need to filter it down to just the caliper event that we just did, which is this one right here. So we're going to click on this, click on print. And then let's do a quick overview just to make sure that the measurements are on there. Print preview. Here's the measurements that we just did on the rhythm strip. We'll go back, hit print again. It's going to default to a PDF file. Should be what's defaulted to all of the workstations, especially on Tele Med-Surg. If you have a workstation that is set up to print to a Mindray printer, you can print it to paper, but a lot of the Tele Med-Surg areas will go to PDF, which will go into Epic. We're going to hit print, and then in about 10-15 minutes or so, it will go into Epic, and we'll show you where that goes into Epic here in just a second.